Welcome back to another episode of CEDH, where I skipped last week's video to a 10-day tournament. Also, we have technical difficulties, and with that, we will once again try to, with a bigger sample size, find out what is the strongest land meta stack in CEDH. First, we have Mass Terror X on Nissa, Resurgent Animist. This deck tries to use Nissa as a value engine and find with her ETB effects other elementals or elves to assemble a Aftermath Analyst or Lumra Battle of the Woods combo to win the game with Sun-Scorched Desert. Next, we have me, Schusta, on Lumra Battle of the Woods, aka Ruler of the Wild. This mono green deck tries to abuse the command zone by either copying Lumra with Mirror Pool or looping it with Food Chain and Command Beacon to win the game with Sun-Scorched Desert or a Gaia Sanitarium loop. Next, we have John Ariat on Tymna, aka Bloodpot. This deck tries to control the table with insane stacks pieces to end the game with a big natural order, Protean Hulk, or a Survival of the Fittest comp. And on seed 4 we have Kill Stefan on the Wandering Minstrel. This deck tries to abuse the Wandering Minstrel in the command zone to always have the lands enter untapped, and then loop Lumra Aftermath Analyst, and then win the game with Sun-Scorched Desert, or mill their opponents out and then win the game with a Fairy Mastermind activation.
Man, let's get her going. No pre-games.
Good luck, guys. Game's over. No, I'm joking. Play a snow-covered forest, tap that, and green sun zenith, x equals 0. And if that's good, I'll get Riot Abba and pass.
Okay. We once again had some recording issues, so I will tell you what happened in the first and the second turn cycle. I played as land for turn a snow-covered forest, cast an exploration, and then put a hickory woodland into play. Tana plays a command tower for turn and passes. Afterwards, the Wandering Minstrel plays a savannah for turn, casts Amulet of Vigor into a LED. Turn 2, Nissa plays a land for turn and then casts Nissa Resurgent Animist. I tap Hickory Woodland for 2 green and cast Amulet of Vigor and an Average Reclaimer. Afterwards, I play Havenwood Battleground, it becomes untapped because of Amulet of Vigor, and then I pass. Tana draws for turn, plays a City of Brass, taps out and casts a Witherbloom Apprentice.
I have a Hedge Maze. Surveil Trigger. I'll leave it on top. Here's an S Sentinel. And I'll pass with Hedge Maze up.
Draw for turn. Prismatic Vista for turn. Nissa Trigger. I'll crack that, going down to 38. And I'll find Basic Forest. Forest ETB. Nissa Trigger again. Root Path Purifier into hand. I need to try and build something up quickly, so I'm going to tap 3 and play a Formidable Speaker. Discard a Gemstone Caverns, find a Tiller Engine. I'm going to use my 2 floating and try to resolve a Tiller Engine. I did not expect to get this far. And I'm just going to play this. There's a Zero Orb that I'm going to play yes. You can draw yes. And with that, I will pass my turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Tap Hickory Woodlot, depletion counters are 0, dice. Tap my Havenwood Battleground 4, we tap this for a green. Play as land for turn a Mirror Pool. Amulet of Vigor trigger, I'd like to untap it. We pay 3, from 5 down to 3. Tap Average Reclaimer, and I'd like to search my library for a land. Lotus Field, it enters tapped. Lotus Field trigger below Amulet of Vigor, so I have an untap trigger first. I'll untap the Lotus Field, and then with the ETB effect from Lotus Field on the stack, I'll tap my Lotus Field for 3 green and my Mirror Pool for a colorless. And then with the ETB resolving, both lands of mine are dying. And now we do the thing, cast Lumra. I ask if anyone wants to respond.
You good?
Huh? I didn't expect that to happen, TBH. What the fuck? ETB on the stack, state-based actions happen. Lumra dies to, she has 0 toughness. Mox Diamond, oh fucking Christ. Talon Gates and Prismatic Vista. Prismatic Vista, Talon Gates, Mirror Pool, Lotus Field, Snowcoat Forest, Havenwood Battleground, Hickory Woodlot. 7 untapped
Can we just get a scoop here?
Crack Prismatic Vista for a land. Do another Snowcoat Forest, doesn't matter. Phase out the Nissa, I guess. We will tap this for 3, this for 5, both die. Pay 5, 6, 7, 8, and recast Lumra. ETB on the stack, Haven of Souls, Spelunking, Famished Vault, and Soul Ring. And we return Havenwood Battleground, Hickory Woodlot, Lotus Field, Prismatic Vista. I can sack Havenwood Battleground for 2 green. Lotus Field taps for green, so we had 5 green already. And with the Lotus Field effect, I can sacrifice Talon Gate. I have 6 mana in each iteration, and now I can present infinite Lumra ETBs, infinite green and colorless mana, ping you all to death, and if someone has a way to draw me, I can just do the shifting woodlands and Aftermath Analysis loop.
Go.
Yep, perfect. GG's, man.
Because the first game was so fast and we already knew that Lumra is in fact the best land meta deck in CEDH, we have another game for you. But before we jump into that, if you enjoyed today's content, let me know down below what your favorite land meta deck in CEDH is. And if you want to support the channel, feel free to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I enjoy making Lumra content, and if you're here, you probably love the deck as well. In Seed 1, we have once again Mass Terror X on Shurikai Genesis Engine. This Azorius control deck tries to police the table until it can loop with Hullbreaker Horror, infinite mana, with that to drain out the table with Blind Obedience in play. Next we have once again John Ariat on Corvold, Fae-Cursed King. This Jean deck tries to either win the game with an Aftermath Analyst loop or into an Underworld Breach line. Plan C would be to just have a really big hole and hit their opponents to death. On seed 3 we have me, Schusta, on Lumra, Bell of the Woods, aka Ruler of the Wild. I will not explain what this deck does, once again we already know that. And on seed 4 we have Everdad on Kinnan, Born a Prodigy. This Simic deck tries to go either really wide with big Kinnan activations or win the game with Basalt Monolith into making infinite mana to filter that with Thrasius to either win the game with a really big Funnel of Devastation or drawing out the opponents with Fairy Mastermind.
No pre-games from C4.
I will take it away.
Good luck, have fun.
Play a Marsh Flats. I will just crack it, find a Tundra and pass.
They're shocking the Stomping Ground. Tap it for a green, cast a Delighted Halfling. Good, I'll say go.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Snow Coward Forest, Lotus Petal, and go Cry. Pass turn.
Mana Vault. Sorry, I'm gonna shortcut if that's okay.
Sure.
Crack this for a Tropile. I'll just pass.
Draw for turn. Play an island, tap 2, and play a Draenei Magistrate. If that's good, I'll pass.
We'll keep draw. Play a Sages lane for turn. Green Suns, X's 2. Just looking for Lotus Cover. Passing.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. We play an Urza Saga's land for turn.
No
We do a
commander,
6,
but
and I
Lumra doesn't
can
need
cast
its commander.
stuff out of my graveyard as well because of the Draenei.
Yeah.
At least I have a blocker. Pass my turn.
Draw. I'm gonna put this land in pass turn.
Untap and draw for turn. That's not really what I wanted to top deck. We'll go with it. Play a Fomori Vault for turn. And my hand's kind of lacking right now, so I'll pass.
So we're all chilling as CSC.
We're all playing a bracket full game. Let's go.
Yeah. Play a Bayou's lane. I'll add black. I'll tap a Sage. I'm gonna just main phase an Orcish Bowmasters. I'll just hit short guy, doesn't matter.
I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna cast a Pact of Negation, targeting the OBM. I'm gonna hold priority. I'm gonna float one colorless. I'm gonna cast a Sudden Substitution.
Damn!
I'm gonna exchange control of the Pact and the Draenei. So you have the Pact now, and I have the Draenei.
I'll just an offer you can't refuse the pact.
Wakish pings the Shuriken player.
I'll just create my Orc army and then I will just have 2 more and D-tutor. I
I'll
know
draw.
like some
So I know what I have to
I'm
do.
not...
I'd like to move to combat and attack the Corvo player with my 2-4. I have an attack trigger. Gyreed Sanitarium, Alzor Shepherd, and a Soul Ring. Land for turn in my main phase 2, Gyreed Sanitarium. Then I'll move to my end step with 4 cards in.
I'll take one to my Mana Vault, and I'll draw a card. Play a Lotus Petal, risk it for the biscuit here. Nobody's drawing cards, right? I'll cast an Arcane Signet with this, and then I'll cast a Malevolent Hermit with the 2 blue. It's weird, I don't see any kids on it. I'll pass!
I'm gonna bolt this in 4, and we will cast Smothering Tithe.
We are throwing, guys. I'll put a Gyreed Sanitarium activation on the stack.
Alright, so a bunch of Orcish Bowmaster pings, eh?
What was the plan here with this, Lumra? You probably wanted to get some
I completely...
like assurances about
So-
what he's pinging, but
Honestly, the biggest issue here was I activated it and my camera that films the playmat is directly on top of the Orcish Bowmaster. I have no vision of him right now. I'm so
I mean,
sorry.
yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I mean, if
Yeah, I'm ready for the Draenei to be gone. I don't care. I gotta get that shit out of here.
I will skip through phases and pass turn.
Sorry.
Draw. Take my actual draw. You can have your treasure. Green, black, and pass a Mayhem Devil.
It's literally like that.
Wow.
I'm s-
Yeah, you literally can't see my board at all, dude. I'm gonna tap a green, cast a Sylvan Safekeeper, cast a Zuranor, but unfortunately I missed a land drop and I'm not quite there yet, so just say go there.
Draw turn. We have a trigger. I'll pay. Fuck it. Where's the Saga trigger? Get sacrificed. I can search my library. On top of that, we have a Devil trigger.
Ping the Hermit off now, I guess. Backside, right?
Discard with additional casting cost my Lazotep Query and recast Soul Ring out of my graveyard. Discard Misty Rain and recast Lotus Petal out of my graveyard. I will now move to combat and attack the Shuriken player with my 2-4. We have an attack trigger. Sanctum out of Archway and Green Sun Zenith are at Archway. I will crack the Lotus Petal for 1 green. We have a Devil trigger.
I was pinging Kinnon's face. Alright.
Before you do that,
Shit.
I will cast Lotus Petal 1 more time. So if you want to ping Kinnon,
people can make their own decision.
recast Lotus Petal.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice it again with another Ping.
Yeah, I'll
facing
ping,
him.
I'll hit Lumra's face this time.
Understandable. Soul Ring for 2. Play Lotus Feelers land for turn. Amulet trigger. Untap it. Tap it. We sacrifice 2 lands. We have 2 triggers.
Yeah, I'm gonna start putting them on 6 now.
I'll discard Arid Archway, pay 1 green, and cast out of my graveyard Allosaurus Shepherd. And then we do the thing, show me the Mind Break Trap or the Staffer guys, Lumra. ETB on the stack. Endurance, Basing Say, Urza's Cave, Tabernacle, and Forest, okay. Forest, Tabernacle, Urza's Cave, Basing Say, Arid Archway, Lotus Field, Gyroid Sanitarium, City of Traders, Sanctum, Misty, Lazotep, Urza's Saga, und Besage, who shelters all. 13 untapped triggers. We have Archway, I will tap it and bounce itself back to my hand. And Lotus Field trigger, we have 3 mana on that. In response, I will pay 2 and 1 and Search of Urza's Cave. We have a sack trigger for the pinger.
Also Shepherd.
Talon Gates of Madara. Untap, I will phase out your sacrifice pinger. Then this gets the ETB trigger. I will sacrifice the snow-covered forest. Discard Arid Archway and return also Shepherd for 1 mana. I will pay 1 green, 1 colorless, 1 colorless floating, and bestow my Lumra. Find my basic forest. I have a Springer Nantuku trigger.
Such a fucking idiot.
Sorry.
No, it's too late now. I'm a fucking moron, dude.
Oh, because of the Safekeeper rat.
Yeah, I had a fucking Safekeeper on my board. I'm so fucking stupid.
I completely forgot that as well. I mean, technically I could have done the Mirror Pool loop instead anyways. We have the ETB of Springer Nantuku. I will pay 1 and 1. We get a copy of Lumra. The copy dies to state-based actions. We have an ETB effect on the stack. And with Lotus Field, there fell my display down. And with the ETB I can return Lotus Field and Snow-Covered Forest, for example. We have 2 new Springer Nantuku triggers, only with those 2 cards. And now I can present a loop of looping my Lumra with 2 mana for each land that enters. And because of Lotus Field I have every single ETB another way of getting lands back into play. And I repeat it until I find my Shifting Woodlands and then do the Aftermath Analyst loop. Or I just do Mirror Pool, Lumra, and Sunscorch does it. I was thinking about this pretty much several days after this happened, and we have another line here. In case the Koval player doesn't forget about the Simple Safekeeper activate ability, we could just, in theory, let it resolve, doesn't matter. Because we could just always use a fetch land to get a land back into play. Then we have Springer Nantuku trigger, we get another Lumra into play, and then we get back Lotus Field and a Talon Gates of Madara. With that, we either win the game at the point where the Mayhem Devil gets phased out, or the Koval player is just out of the game because he has to keep sacrificing his lands. And also, the other 2 players can't do shit as well. Kinnan does nothing in his turn. Shurikai is also pretty much out of the game, and they could definitely do something against that. And either Cole sacrifices his lands to keep the Mayhem Devil around, but then his creatures die to the Tabernacle trigger, so no matter what would have happened, I won this game at this point already. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to support the channel, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. With that, I can't wait to show you the tournament recap from last week, and I hope you have a wonderful remaining day. Have a good one, bye bye.